We're going to go over this tutorial, which is going over how to make unleavened bread. Unleavened bread means flat bread. Okay, the products that we're using to make this unleavened bread is whole wheat flour, extra virgin olive oil, and water. Now, as far as this recipe that we're doing, it says use extra virgin olive oil, but I made some unleavened bread using vegetable oil. So just in case you can't get the extra virgin olive oil, you just use regular oil. All right, vegetable oil. Okay, the three ingredients, all it requires is 1 cup of whole wheat flour, 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, or just say oil. Okay. And lastly, half a cup of water. Okay, now from here, all you have to do is mix it together. Mix it all together. Here we go, we got the close up. You just mix it all together into like a wet paste. And it looks like this. You got it. Okay, great. Alright, so mix it up. And then from here, you want to put it on a floured surface. A whole lot. But you want to put enough just so it won't stick to the surface when you get ready to go into kneading the dough. So this is the phase that we're going into, kneading the dough. Kneading the dough is the crux of making all bread. And all that deals with is just pushing all the ingredients together so that you can get a finished product. To say it simply. All right. So we're kneading the dough, and all that is just pushing the dough. And everybody has this style. You may have to put, if you feel like a wet spot or whatever, you may want to just put a little flour on it from the bag. Or if you got enough flour on the table, then you just put the wet spot on the flour. Now, sometimes people don't like to bend over or whatever and knead, so you just knead like this. You got to see me kneading. All right, great. And you just knead in the air like you see in the movies or whatever. They're just pushing the dough together. Now, for this recipe, you knead for 5 minutes. Cool. All right. I finished kneading the dough for 5 minutes. Now I'm getting ready to go into the flatten the dough part. I just put a little, flour on my surface here. Flatten the dough out a little bit. And then from here, when I first started making unleavened bread, I didn't have a rolling pin like this. So I used like a little cylindrical device like this. This is a little salt shaker that's round. All right, so put a little flour on top, okay? So allow the dough not to stick to this cylindrical device, salt shaker, and then just flatten it out. Now for this recipe of unleavened bread, it says, flatten out to like 1/8 of an inch. Now, I would say 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. You don't want it too thin, because then when you pull it up and then try to put it on the pan, it may kind of stretch out a little bit too far. It may stretch out too bigger than the pan. All right. So, and then say it sticks to the cylindrical device a little bit. Put a little bit of dough on there. Rub it on there. Just flatten it out. It's gonna be a little thick looking. So 1/8 of an inch to 1/4 between that. Use your own senses, that's what I would say. Alright. Now from here I'm getting ready to put it on this greased pan that I put a little flour on it, right here. You may just want to put just regular grease on there and not put any flour in, it's up to you. So I just put grease and flour. I just lift up the dough like this. Try to be careful with it. You'll learn through trial and error how to lay this in. Now from there, the next thing is to poke it. fork is right here. All right, so anyway, just to recap on the steps that we have to do for making this bread so far is you mix the ingredients together. From there, you go into kneading the ingredients, kneading the dough. And then next, you go into you flatten the dough. Then next, you go into poking the dough. This is unleavened bread. It's the same bread you probably seen in the movies, you read about it in the Bible. Well, this is it. And just to give you a little Bible passage that comes with the recipe, is 1 Kings 17:10, verses 10 to 16. Now, you wonder, why am I poking this bread? Well, it allows for combustion so you won't get bubbles. So you poke holes in it. All the way down, just like this. You poke holes in it. Alright. Okay. So once you feel like you got enough holes in the bread, the next phase is the baking phase. And you bake it on 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 20 minutes. And then after that, you have unleavened bread. As a recap, just gotta recap. To recap the steps, you mix the ingredients, knead the ingredients, flatten the dough, poke the dough, bake the dough. Okay, this is the unleavened bread. As you can see, it was baked at 350 degrees in a preheated 350 degree oven for 20 minutes. So that's preheated 350 degree oven for 20 minutes, and you have bread, unleavened bread. Something you can eat. Just a little information, carbohydrates are the #1 source of energy that the body needs. So this is something easy and quick that you can make up for yourself and get a little bit of energy. And just to recap the steps again, you first want to mix the ingredients. Next, you want to knead the ingredients, then flatten it out, like you see, flatten it out. Then poke holes in it, like you see the holes right there. Poke holes in it with a fork. And next you bake it in a preheated 350 degree oven for 20 minutes, and you have unleavened bread. Thanks.